In the vibrant city of Phoenix, Arizona, at the ASU Popular Music Recording Studios, a unique convergence is taking place, and at its helm is none other than the trailblazing artist, Madame Gandhi.
Can you play a little bit so I know which song we're even doing? Nice.
I'm literally coming from Thailand to London to New York and to Phoenix in the span of 2.5 days. So I'm definitely a little tired, but when you love something and when you're excited and when I feel set up to win, which I do, then I come with a lot of energy. And we're here to finish the project in collaboration with We Make Noise. We had a group of 40 different producers and collaborators from around the world do a workshop back in November. And now 6 months later, we're here to bring the project to fruition. I think the coolest part is that the original intention was to just choose one song, one winner, and produce the one song. But the quality of the collaborators, the quality of the music, we decided let's just put it out as a full body of work.
We Make Noise is an international nonprofit, but it's based in the United States, and our mission is to harness the power of music and technology to promote global gender equity. The project that we're working on today actually began many, many months ago, done in partnership with an amazing organization called She Is the Music.
Only 12% of these songs credited to female songwriters. Even worse, why are only 3% of the engineers and 2% of the producers who made that music women? We want to reach out to high school and college students and young women starting in the industry and create a full spectrum of learning for them, giving them access and opportunities that will turn into careers.
Besides support from She Is the Music, additional funding came from the Salt Lick Incubator and the Bohemian Foundation.
The Bohemian Foundation, which is based in Fort Collins, Colorado, part of their operations in that city is an amazing facility called the Music District. We wanted to do something really impactful, bringing people together. And one of our core programs is writing and production camps.
I was like the project manager for this camp, and I worked with our team to bring all of the applicants in, make sure that we had a diverse pool of people who are applying, people who were aligned with Madame Gandhi's music.
I have known Madame Gandhi for about 12, 13 years. She just seemed like the perfect fit for this. Her music is about empowerment, high vibrations, conscious enlightenment.
I turned off my phone's notification. 40 different women producers coming together from around the world. It's just remarkable. And I think being able to hash out music in 5 days is just a testament to the quality of the caliber of the producers here.
So this phase of the project is like phase 2, and we're bringing all of those songs together to make an album.
We're here today in Phoenix, finishing up 10 tracks. So we're doing all audio recording, all production, getting it buttoned up so it can go to mix and master after this, and then we're gonna release a record.
I like that. So just in those parts where it's...
We are at ASU right now, Arizona State University, and there are multiple studios that we're working in right now. This is Studio B, we have Studio A, we also have different practice rooms, different live rooms where we could just track or produce solo.
This is such an amazing space. It's really new and you can feel that. It doesn't feel like out of touch. Sometimes studios, if they're too slick, it's kind of hard for me to sit there and feel comfortable, but there's all these natural textures in here and like wood reflectors and stuff like that that feel really nice, as well as the gear itself is just incredible.
Okay, awesome. You're getting there. It's not an easy pattern to play. We'll just nail it as close as we can and then we'll edit the rest.
I think my main role here is to be kind of just whatever instrument tracks that they need for anything.
Miss Maddie here is only 19 years old, is like an incredible bluegrass guitar player, and we have tasked her with playing the bass. This is her first time playing the bass. She's really doing quite a great job, so yeah, we're lucky to have her.
Yeah. This is my first time playing bass, and it's fun. I love it. We needed some bass tracks to be redone and added from the things from back in November, and we just decided to add some parts, and I just have been playing it. It's really fun. You can just slap around on there, and yeah.
The distance, they say, from the head to the heart is only 14 centimeters, minus of a lifelong.
The beginning of every day is the same. Just get everything to work. It takes about 2 hours every day.
I'm really impressed with how this group keeps the ship moving forward and how there's a lot of unanimous vote on how to move forward with the production. So I think that's quite cool.
So we just finished a meeting. We got to revise the new versions of all the tracks, and now I'm working on this specific song that I actually co-produced and was in a group for. Now I'm just fleshing it out.
Drea Turk, she is just an amazing producer, drum programmer, a creative laptop musician. So she's drawing a lot of inspiration from Kieran's sort of ethos and pulling that into arrangements and productions.
We have a lot of incredible producers who have come and put their best foot forward, and so my job is actually to come and say, okay, mute this, and let's change out the synth or the MIDI patch for this, and can we slightly modify the bass line? But for the most part, I think the group really understands the aesthetic of my work, and they've leaned into that pretty well. Ink to Drea, and then tell them to pull all these quotes as textures that can be copied and pasted throughout each song. I think most songs should have quotes like this.
We solve problems for ourselves and just be grateful for ourselves. And it is so magical. Planet sounds.
All of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Words.
Yes.
Okay, and then what's this? This is the beginning.
Yeah, it just repeats from the
Okay.
The focus shifts to mixing and refining, and ensuring each element fits perfectly into the final composition.
What is it you're needing? Can you meet your own needs? Can you meet your own needs?
I am a producer, vocal producer, engineer, songwriter. For the past few days, it has been taking all of the stems and all of the tracks from the other producers who worked on the songs at the original camp and working on arrangement and figuring out how to make it feel most authentic.
Colby is acting as our vocal producer and one of our chief engineers on the project. She'll also be mixing and editing the project.
This is really authentic, and this is helpful for me as well because
So today's day 5, and we're finishing up vocal tracking. I am now prepping all of these sessions. I'm editing, timing, getting them prepared to go into the mix stage. So it's just a ton of file management.
On the final day, Madame Gandhi decides it's time for a change of scenery. The team visits the Musical Instrument Museum. It's a moment of relaxation and inspiration.
I always loved pop culture. I loved the Spice Girls. I, would be in the school bus in kindergarten in New York City, and Harrison, our bus driver, in front of the parents when he was picking us up would play like classical music. Then as soon as we would drive away, he would turn it back to Hot 97, which was the hip hop station. And so I'd be like 5, 6, 7 years old learning Nas and Lauryn Hill and just really tapped into the music zeitgeist of the moment. And it inspired my own desire to use music as a vehicle for storytelling, for empathy building, for social change. And even if I didn't have that vocabulary as a kid, I understood from a young age that my life's purpose would be to use music to motivate positive change and positive behavior. We just took a little break and explored the Musical Instrument Museum, which was so inspiring and so well done. As a drummer, just seeing all of the global percussion, reconnecting with my Indian roots and seeing so much of the Indian percussion. I loved being able to dial into the history of electronic music, the DJ New York, hip-hop culture. Just blown away, inspired. For me, travel and being exposed to different communities really enriches the kind of music that I make because I visualize the audience that I'm singing to.
Madame Gandhi has enjoyed her time at the museum. Meanwhile, Colby works on the mixes as the day becomes night.
We are locking in the final vocals on 3 different tracks, and we're just getting a few things placed and wrapping everything up.
Madame Gandhi, re-energized and inspired, bids farewell, leaving behind a legacy of positivity and light.
Peer-to-peer mentorship is incredibly important, especially female-to-female mentorship. I think if we don't bring out the best in each other, we leave each other behind. And so I have always aligned with Erin's mission with We Make Noise, which is to really give young, up-and-coming, talented female and gender-expansive producers the opportunity to cut their teeth in a studio environment. And to really bring these songs to life makes the project sincere, not just an exercise in music production, but a real end-to-end moment of creating and then releasing.
I just want to say that none of this is possible without our partners, and that includes the artist. It takes a lot of trust to get here, to have an artist sort of trust you enough to put the right people into place. It's possible because of the people that fund our programming. And to have, again, somebody to trust that they give you $1 and there's going to have a certain amount of impact connected to it, there's a lot of trust. And just the participants, the people that come to our camps, you know, that they're going to get a lot of value out of the experience. Like, all of this happens because of the support and contribution of many, many, many people, and that this is how we do our work all over the world, and truly how we make change, and it happens together.
The distance, they say, from the head to the heart is only 14 centimeters, but it's sort of a lifelong journey, isn't it?
This right here is a collaboration with like 40 or 50 incredible musicians from all over the planet, coming together to reflect on how music can open us up, make us feel more receptive to